Hi and welcome back to Greyfields Farm Life YouTube channel. If you're new here, I'm Andrea. If you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. We have decided to start posting on Mondays, Thursdays and sometimes on Sundays. We're overwhelmed with your support, your messages and your comments. Thank you so much to everybody. Today I'm going to be using some surplus goat's milk that I found in the freezer that we'd had oversupply in the summer, so we popped into containers and froze it. I found that whilst I was rummaging through the freezer the other day and I thought I'm going to make some goat's cheese with that. I did have a go in the summer. One failed attempt, one successful attempt. So today I'm going to have another go using the same recipe that I used on my successful attempt to try and make some chili goat's cheese. So I've got my ingredients here. I've got water, the goat's milk, some Himalayan rock salt, I prefer to use that, citric acid, some crushed chilies, and then we've got my equipment. So I'll be using my scales, a cup just to measure out, a little teaspoon to measure out, and hopefully going to strain into this using just a bog standard cheesecloth. Today's video may feature a little bit of chaos, some special guests and a bit of Paw Patrol background noise. Apologies, but it's just real life, isn't it? So it's just the way it'll have to be. They're going to feature in nearly every single one of my videos. There's no getting away from them. So to start with, I'm just going to start by sort of boiling, simmering the goat milk. I'm going to use the recipe off my phone, so excuse me whilst I just have a little check what was required. So 8 cups of the goat's milk. So there's my goat's milk. If I've got more than 8 cups, I'm just going to adjust the recipe. But I'm using quite a big cup here, so I'm just going to pop it into here. 1, 8. Okay, that worked out rather well, didn't it? So stick that in the sink. I'll recycle that, give it a little wash. All about the recycling. There's too many of us in this house to think about throwing everything into a black bin. I am now going to dissolve the citric acid into the water. It requires 1.5 teaspoons and half a cup of water. So I'm just going to use the same cup. I'm just going to rinse it out. There's my half a cup of water. What does everybody like doing with their goat's cheese? Is anybody a fan or not a fan? I know that it's like goat's milk. It's such an acquired taste. Yeah. At first, I wasn't very keen, I'll be honest with you. So it's 1.5 teaspoons of, Bo's just Mrs. Hinching, but he's Mr. Hinching my table and washing behind me there. 1.5 teaspoons of citric acid. There's 1.5. Give it a swirl to dissolve it. The citric acid itself, so I've gone for the whole food earth one, that one, if you can see it. So that in itself is really beneficial to your health. It's got lots of antioxidant properties and it can help to increase the nutrient absorption within your body already. So I think that's quite good, you know. But yeah, I'd read also that it helps promote kidney and skin health, helping to reduce the risk of kidney stones. Sorry, that took me a while, didn't it? So I'm just going to pour that into there. And then we are going to just wait. We're going to heat it up over a medium heat. So I've got it on 5.5. I really should tie my hair up at this point, so bear with me. Sorry guys, the last thing anybody needed was a hair in there. In their goat's cheese. Imagine that. Oh hey Soph, here's your goat's cheese that you really wanted. Oh, and one of my brown hairs. My new brown hair. So anyway, we're going to heat that over a medium heat until it reaches 185 degrees Fahrenheit. I do not have a thermometer for this. So last time I made it, I heated it without boiling it, but sort of bringing it to the simmer and heating it until it started to sort of curdle. So as the curdles were coming to the top, I heated it to that point, and then I turned it off, took it off the heat, and that's the next step. So I am going to let this do its thing. I'm going to hit the fast forward button so you don't have to wait for that to simmer. But I am going to leave you recording because I'd like the whole process to be filmed. I'm just going to let you have a little look at what it looks like now, and then what it looks like in a bit. So if I just bring that in, just like milk in a saucepan. It is starting, I don't know if you can see that. It's already starting to separate. I'm going to crack on with my jobs, and I have actually got Tesco delivery coming this morning. That's always very exciting, you know, one of my weekly highlights. I don't know how anybody else gets on with affording the weekly shop these days, but we're a family of 7, so 2 adults and 5 children, and I can honestly say weekly my mind is blown at the cost of food these days. So during the summer, obviously lots of the fruit and veg I am trying to grow myself. During the winter, that is more difficult. It's not impossible. It's something that I'm trying to get into this year to make us more self-sufficient throughout the winter. But I'm not one of those people that buys loads and loads of snacks and extras. I try to buy as far from ultra processed as I can. I'm not going to bluff that we don't eat sweets, chocolate, crisps and biscuits and whatever else, because we do. But I do try really hard to ensure I'm baking a lot more things like biscuits, cakes, anything that I can bake, I do try. I'm not great at baking, so it doesn't always go to plan, but yeah, every single week I am absolutely flabbergasted about the amount of money I spend at Tesco. I've tried Aldi. I'm celiac, so gluten-free, and their range is completely horrendous. There is no range. You're just lucky if you find the odd thing that may be labelled gluten-free. So for convenience, I choose to go to Tesco and get it delivered. I feel like food shopping is a complete waste of my life. I try to buy things that are organic. I know I could go elsewhere and it would be a lot fresher, a lot tastier. And I do use the farm shop, but again, that is so very costly. So yeah, I don't know if anybody's watching this who has a big family and it has any tips or tricks for me. I would love to know if you could pop them down in the comments. That would be awesome. Just anything to just start reducing our cost of food per week. It seems ludicrous that we get charged more for healthier, rawer foods, but you've heard all about that from everybody else who's preaching it at the moment. So I'm not going to fall down that rabbit hole with you. Anyway, my Tesco's here, so I'm going to sort that out. I'm going to leave this rolling, and I'll be back soon. Really slowly when you stir it. Apparently if you go too fast, it's going to give you a tougher cheese. So in my opinion, this is basically ready to be strained. So I'm going to pop the camera back on the stand and I'm going to film the straining stage. So there we have it. The whey has separated. So now I'm going to take it off the heat, cover it with a towel for 10 minutes. So this is the part where we strain through here, and then we leave it to strain, and then add the salt and the chilli flakes to it. So I'll just set that up. Ready? So I'm going to strain it now. So voila. Can you see in there? There you go. I think I might have to, there we go, that's a little bit better. Santa's watching. Santa doesn't like shouting. That's the worst thing Santa doesn't like, is shouting. Actually, I don't know how I'm going to do this, so I think I might have to tie it up. What did I do last time? Hang on a minute, I need to remember how I secured this on here. No, that is not going to work. That is just absolutely not going to work. I know. Oh, the kids have had mustard. Try this one. I'm going to pop a sieve over the top, and then I'm going to pop the cheesecloth like that. That's pretty secure. Oh, crikey, just whacked my head. Yeah, baby. Right, straighten it up. Let that bit go through so the sieve doesn't get too heavy. Go Earth. This is working. All the waves coming through. Try a bit more in there. Oh, Nelly. We're all right. What, babe? What? I could have just used the smaller saucepan, but I wouldn't have got all the whey into it, so that wouldn't have been good for us. So let's just give that a little stir.
This is a little one.
That is a little one, River, thank you, but I think now I've got rid of the majority of that. I think that is actually, let's get that one. That would be a perfect idea, because that's mainly whey that I've tipped through there. The cheese is still in there. So if I pick that up like that. Well done, River. That was an absolutely fantastic idea that you had. Really proud of you. Are you proud? Yeah. I can just hook it under the bottom. River, you have absolutely smashed that. You've absolutely smashed it with that idea, kid. So let's just pull it really tight. I know I'm making a right mess, but look, you can see that the cheese is actually already forming. Just pull it nice and tight. Listen. Okay, right. Hello? It's not? What is it then? Mary Poppins? River, your brother's talking to you. He wants to know, what are you doing? Who's watching you?
Santa.
Why is he watching?
Because he wants his bun.
You just bumped your head. Are you okay? Give it a good rub. Right, let's go for it now. Oh, baby, come to mama. Oh, hello. Watch yourself by that really hot pan. Who is it on the phone? Is it Nanny? Oh, it's you. Watch that saucepan. Move away from it. So I've just tipped the last bit of the goat's milk, the simmered goat's milk, into here. So it's filtering through the cheesecloth. I just had that off Amazon. I'm sure there are lots of organically made super fancy cheesecloths. I just went for a very basic, simple one. And that's what comes away. So that is called the whey, goat's whey. You can substitute that into any sort of recipe that uses water, so like your risottos, soups. You can even put it in a smoothie. It's really beneficial for your health. It's full of anti-inflammatory properties, which again is a huge thumbs up from me, of course. I'm just going to leave this now to just finish straining, and I'll pop back again in a minute. I'm just going to have a little wipe around and see what the boys are up to, because they are being very patient with me. The boys keep really interrupting me. Sorry. Well, I'm interrupting their day, really, aren't I, doing this? So yeah, the goat whey. You can use it in soups, risottos. You can use it in anything like that, that you'd use water in. You can substitute it for that. That has actually got really good anti-inflammatory properties. So again, it's really good for your health, which is a huge thumbs up from me. Right, I'm going to finish getting this into here. Ooh, mama. I think, like, considering the amount of milk, it's not like a colossal amount of cheese that you make, but you don't eat a ton of goat cheese, do you? And get that just about in there, do you think? Whoa, bubba. Okie dokie. Right, pop that in the sink, give that a wash, and we leave that now again to strain. I'm back, baby. Right, so it's been 1 hour that this has been straining for, and it looks like it has turned into some form of cheese. Wow, that looks really good actually. I'm really impressed with that. So I'm just gonna give it a squeeze through the cheesecloth. Try not to dunk it back in the whey. There's so much of this whey that's come off it. I think I am going to preserve it. I'll see if it can be frozen, which I'm sure it can. Oh wow. Can you see that coming off? My sister's here somewhere. That's why it's so quiet. She's gone outside with the kids. I'll go out there in a minute with her, get her on jobs. She loves a little job, little farm job. Actually, I'm not sure if she does. But yeah, so squeeze that through there. The last thing I want is soggy cheese. That happened to me the once. But equally, I don't want to wring it out too much and it be really dry. I'll use this bowl instead. So, oh wow, there we go. There is the cheese. I'm throwing goat cheese everywhere. Bring that out in a minute. What's up, River? Yeah? Some Himalayan rock salt in there. Little bit of a disaster there. River thought he'd lost both. Yes, I'm adding in the Himalayan pink rock salt. It's got really good detoxifying elements for the body, and it has a unique combination The rock salt's got, the Himalayan rock salt, pink rock salt, sorry, has got a unique combination of minerals. I just read this information on the internet not so long ago. My friend Rachel told me to start buying pink rock salt instead of standard table salt. And it's got a combination of the minerals, so it includes magnesium, calcium and potassium, and it helps to stimulate your circulation and, yeah, like I say, detoxify the body. So I've gone with that in there. This is looking really good, guys. I'm going to have a shake of chillies in now. I didn't add enough chillies last time, so if you think I'm going crazy, well, probably am, but I didn't add enough, so I added a few more today. The goat cheese itself is full of probiotics, so like the healthy kind of bacteria that everybody's currently raving about being good for your gut health. If you're looking after your gut, you're looking after every other part of yourself, as well as, obviously, a lot comes from the gut. Just grabbed myself some parchment paper, some like baking paper. I'm going to just wrap the goat cheese. I'm just going to do some little log rolls of the goat cheese so it can set, and then I can actually use it to give to anybody who might want to try it. And if not, I've got it stored nicely in our fridge. I think it needs to be eaten within like a week. I'm not sure about freezing it. I can't imagine it would be great. Goat cheese is really high in vitamin B2. It's also known as riboflavin. It's really, really good for your health. Probably better than cow's milk cheese. It's got lots of minerals and protein and heart healthy fats. There's lots of calcium in it too. I mean, I think we all know what calcium's for. It's obviously strengthening the bones. Just gonna go and find the kids now. I don't know what they're up to. I can hear them somewhere. But yeah, thank you so much for watching our how to make goat cheese episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, please press that subscribe and like button, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you.